right, so last time, as we ventured once again through the realm of Barovia, this land forgotten by time and space, now belonging to the Lord Strahd von Zarevich. In the village of Valaki, you found yourselves in the middle of a political struggle between the Wachters and the current Burgomeister. Madame Wachter herself had you over for dinner, where she explained the madness of the current Burgomeister and his incessant festivals, and her disbelief that Count Strahd was anything more than an absentee landlord. With the Festival of the Blazing Sun underway, the very next day you ventured out. Two of you stood behind to perform at the festival, as you were requested to do so by the current Burgomeister, while two of you went to investigate the odd carnival wagon of the mysterious Rictavio. Tensveta and Ash, as you approached the wagon, you saw the drunken Wachter children, the two older sons, playing around at the doors before a massive saber-toothed cat burst out. The two Wachters ran in horror as this massive cat now approached you, stalking towards you. And that's where we'll pick up.
Ooh. The music change made me really okay, that was harsh. Okay, what are we doing here?
Maybe this will help.
Oh yeah, that'll help a little bit.
There you go.
God, it's so
to
big.
answer your question, you're about 30 feet away as this giant cat is just sort of looking around, sniffs the air.
Seeing that it's loose, he's just going to look over at Ash for a moment and say, "You should consider running." And I'm going to step forward and use my face step. If I could, the game is quest. Yeah, but I'm going to stay a solid, I think I can get within 10 feet. Yep, 10 feet. So it'll be here. And as I do, it needs to make a wisdom saving throw. That's a fairly low DC, frankly. Let's see. DC is 8 plus proficiency plus charisma.
It is a 7.
9, 10, 11. My DC is 11.
You rolled a 7.
So he just pats Ash on the shoulder and says, "You should consider running. Get the rest." And he just proceeds to disappear into a cinnamony swirl of autumn leaves and appears in a puff as that hint of wind kind of brushes up underneath him towards the tigers. He says, "Hello, kitty. You look soft. Can I pet you?" Muted.
What was the saving throw for?
It is now considered charmed from my face step. In autumn, immediately after you use your face step, up to 2 creatures of my choice that I can see within 10 feet of me must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by me for a minute or until me or my companions deal any damage to it.
Great. So as you suddenly appear in front of it, the cat, startled, immediately lowers its head, those haunches like ready to pounce, defensive in its stance, but that as that waft of cinnamon hits its nostrils, you see it just sort of like looks up, like sits down and just looks at you.
Those buggers were all really annoying, weren't they? And he's gonna like slowly step forward to see if he can like just pet it.
Snorts loudly, and the The breath is like hot on your hand as you place it on its head and stroke. It lets you.
He looks over his shoulder at Ash and sends a telepathic message. You're gonna need to go get Rictavio now, please.
Ash is going to disappear around the corner as if he's going to get Rictavio. And then is going to use his ability after an adequate amount of time to come back. Nope, that's not going to work. Never mind. I'll actually go get Rictavio.
I want to know what that other thing was.
No, you don't. Don't worry about it.
So, Ash, you take a moment to consider, and then just take off. You start dashing through the streets, rushing through the festival goers. You push through the crowds, fighting through each one. You're bumping into several people. Look at you and swear in that harsh Vistani tongue or harsh Barovian tongue, and you rush forward to Rictavio, who is in the middle of recanting a tale. He turns and sees you rush forward. Excuse me, just a moment, everyone. Let me speak with my friend. Is everything all right, Mr. Ash?
Under his breath a little bit. I heard screamings coming over by your tent, so I ran over. Your friend in the trailer got out. Some of the drunk locals look like they've messed around. It's calm for now, but...
That's fine. No, that won't do at all. He's still there, calm, you said?
For now, I don't know how long that's going to last.
Excellent. No, let us be on our way. Tense.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
I'm just petting this cat, trying to keep it as calm as possible, keep everybody away from it. As in, if anybody even gets remotely close, I'm going to telepathically say, get the fuck away. I've got this. We're going to get nice and cuddly. And he's going to be friendly with the cat.
Okay, the cat itself, as some passerbys go by, it looks at them all and then looks at you. Roll a d20 for me.
Muted again.
The giant saber-toothed cat stays calm. It doesn't seem to react at all. It just lies down and begins to lick at the ground.
He actually winds up like laying down next to the cat and just kind of starts like scratching on the head, on its chin, like laying down beside it, just looking up at it very lazily. You're not so bad, are you? Yes, you're such a good kitty. You're such a good kitty. Don't worry. I'm sure Daddy will be here soon.
Minutes pass, painful, long minutes, as you sit there with this giant predator under control. How long does your charm last for?
It only lasts a minute.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to take him longer than a minute. So go ahead and make an animal handling check.
There you go. Oh, boy.
Ooh.
Oh, God. 9. I don't think I have anything.
Oh, Ten's is about to get mauled.
Mm-hmm. That's it. That's all I got.
Okay, as the charm wears off, the cat stands again, and for the time being, it is it seems uninterested for a little while. You know the minutes passed, or at least you thought you were counting properly in your head. It doesn't seem aggressive, but in a short amount of time, it does stand up again and start to walk back towards the streets.
Can I look around and see if there's any sort of meat left over that Rictavio may have put out here?
Make a perception check.
Like, is there any boxes that I could probably crank open or something? Not with another 9. God dang.
Yeah, you look around and the stockyard is filled with crates, but it's primarily materials. You see wood, stone, nails, tools, nothing, straw and manure, nothing that'll grab the cat's attention. And it begins to walk to the street. You see a group of villagers pass by, and they turn real quick and they start screaming and rushing.
I'm gonna do something wild. I'm gonna pull out that steel mirror that I picked up before. Is there any source of light where I can reflect a beam of light off of it and try and distract him, like a laser?
So you can catch the daylight, but make a sleight of hand check. Light is difficult in Barovia. It's
15.
always kind of overcast, so you can't get the exact sun, but you get enough where you can start to, as you start to play with the mirror, you can kind of focus it into a spot.
I'm just gonna try and distract it and get it to follow it back towards the wagon.
Go ahead and make another animal handling check with advantage.
20.
20. Yeah. So with a 20, you can see that it stops where it's moving and begins to focus on, and like a giant playful kitten just begins to pounce on the beam of light.
I am in the wrong season for this. Just stay away from me. He's just going to try and keep it distracted here in this space until Rictavio shows up.
Minutes and minutes pass. You just keep playing. You can tell that the cat is beginning to get bored of the light. You do your best to keep it tamed. It surprisingly does not seem aggressive towards you.
He's going to, after it starts to get bored, he'll try and approach it again and start petting it. There's no need to go searching. I'm sure he's on his way. Shh. Stay quiet.
And as you say that, Rictavio and Ash come rushing around the corner.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Well, look at that. It seems you've discovered a hidden talent.
No, I didn't. It was
better.
nothing but pure luck. How dare you? You should get better locks, some chains, something. This has been very tiring.
Yes, it's a shame. Come with me. And he leads the cat back up into the cage. He pulls out a bit of steak from one of his pouches and leads it back up into the cage, the wagon. As he tosses the meat, the cat goes for it. You can hear as it hungrily begins to tear at the flesh inside before he closes the door and pulls out another lock and chain and yeah. That could have gone very poorly. I must thank you.
You're telling me. I was nervous the entire time, but I will say I think I deserve at least a name at this point. What's the cat's name? Does the cat have a name?
We'll call him Sparkles.
Sparkles. I see. Shiny teeth, I see. Yes. Very, very docile for its size.
A big fan of the stage, if you will.
Well, Ash, I need to sit for a moment.
I would guess probably, yeah.
Yep. And he's going to just lay down on the ground. He's not even going to go find somewhere else to sit. He's just going to collapse.
He might need a minute. Are we cool to just like chill out here?
Yes, of course. I'll stay with you for a time. I have to get back and do my performances, but it is concerning. He is mostly harmless.
Apparently, because he's still alive, old Mr. Laydown here.
He has
But
very
That's
particular.
offensive.
He has very particular tastes.
oh, and what are those tastes?
Not yourselves.
Uh-huh. Okay. Very specific. I like it. Um, don't let us hold up your show though. I'm sorry to interrupt. I just figured you'd know best how to handle the cat. He's gonna take a breather and then we're heading back to the show anyway.
All right, well. Please don't go mussing about with anything.
Like I said, dude, we came down here because of the screams, and then we saw some locals running away. I'm guessing they started messing with something. Two brothers by the looks of it.
Locals, you said.
Yeah, they looked like two brothers. Had kind of nicer clothes, looked a little run down.
Yes, the Valktors. You know, Mr. Ash, I think, given the circumstances, I think perhaps it is best I leave Velaki behind me. And now,
Maybe.
with you in your company here, I'm certain the Burgermeister will not notice my disappearance. What he will, however, notice is probably the fact that a large saber-toothed cat was causing a ruckus in the streets. So, with that, I think I will bid you all farewell.
Right now? But I
Well, I'm
wanted
going to get the wagon ready, and I'll have to make a stop to the Blue Water. But yes, I think it's about time I left.
I mean,
But we didn't even get to collaborate.
Yes, unfortunate, but it will also be difficult for me to collaborate in one of those stocks. So, I'm going to take my friend here, and we will be on our way.
He just kind of like lazily slobs his head over to look at Ash sad.
well, at least let me try to help hitch up your wagons and stuff.
I promise you, Mr. Ash, I need no such assistance.
Yes,
Oh.
but more hands are better.
You can see he waves a hand and says a few words, and suddenly this spectral steed appears, already hooked up to the wagon.
Does it look dead?
Does not.
That bitch.
Oh.
Huh.
That's a nifty trick.
That is
Gonna
a
have to-
nifty trick.
Gonna have to try to figure that one out.
It's enough just to feed the cat.
I suppose.
Do you eat, or do you just feed the cat? Nope, I've seen you eat. Never mind. What do you sleep? Do you just? Well, you had a room too. Do you make enough gold for all this? It's just one of those things I never really considered until now because you talked about feeding the cat, and I've never been quite so.
And I've always found it uncouth to speak of one's personal income.
Eh.
But suffice to say, I do well for myself.
Say, I've been meaning to ask, what's the blood splatter on your wagon for, and the phrase?
Well, what do you mean?
The darkness and the light phrasing. I don't remember exactly what was said, but it was apparently painted somewhere on your wagon. I haven't really had a chance to see it.
It's maybe from the previous owner, perhaps the carnival person I borrowed it from long ago, or purchased it from.
That he does not sound sure in that.
Make an insight check.
Buddy. Oh, at least okay.
I mean, there were some good bonuses on there for sure.
Yeah, you catch it in that moment where he's a little distracted and he's trying to get everything set up, and you definitely feel like he's lying.
Hey, look, we're friends here. We've talked about tent pitching and stuff, and I just saved your skin from being stuck in the stocks. The least you could do is be honest with me.
Make a persuasion check.
Can I have advantage for charming his cat without it going too far? Natural 20 for a 26.
Coming in clutch when we need it. Well done.
You can see his eyes dart to the alleyways and the rest of the stockyard. All right, fine. I can't tell you here.
Well,
But
then.
if you wish to know more, come and meet me west of town.
When?
Yeah. Whenever you can make it. There's a small tower outside of Lake Bartok. We can talk there.
That seems reasonable to me. How far away is it? We've got a lot of things to go and do outside of town that I really don't want to go do.
Perhaps
It's all very far.
It's a few hours.
Oh, goody. And he kind of like lazily sits up. That sounds like it's doable in a day. Finally, something doable.
I am already regretting this, but please be quiet. I must make haste, lest the Burgermeister find out about the sparkles, and then we will have quite a bit of problem.
I will do what I can to keep sparkles under wraps. Things shining too brightly bring too many pieces of attention, yeah?
Especially in Barovia,
Right.
where nothing shines brightly. But I look forward to seeing you there. I will wait there for some time. And then he straightens up again and is... And with that, so long, my friends, and good luck. But I will take the wagon to the Blue Water and pick up my supplies there.
Bye-bye, Sparkles. Bye-bye, Rictavio. See you soon.
A pleasure. Pleasure to meet all of you. Good luck in your endeavors.
Whatever those are.
And as the wagon rolls on, creaking, you can hear Sparkles banging around a little in the back, throwing that meat against the wall.
He leans over to Ash, gets kind of close. I think he should have given him more steaks. Maybe a few wooden ones to chew on, too. Needs a good toy.
That went surprisingly both well and not well at the same time.
Oh, I need to change my pants.
Thought I smelled something, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Ash mimics Durango and just starts snapping with prestidigitation until the smell's gone.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you can not only mimic voices, but abilities? That's impressive.
I picked up something paying attention to the guy. He does it enough times. He's super fussy that I think I just felt it in the air.
I appreciate it. When are we going to talk about your skin without it being awkward?
My skin? What are you talking about? It's the same it's always been. I'm tan. Why would that be awkward?
Nah,
you trying to tell me something?
There's gray there.
There's gray where? And you see Ash like reach up for his hair.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I need another beer after this. I need some wine, maybe some terries. You think we still can find some terries?
God, I hope we can find some terries.
God, I need some terries. That's all I wanted to do was get, like, finally figure out who the fuck Rictavio was, and I had to almost die to a cat.
Good job not dying to a cat.
Good job getting Rictavio.
Yep. Pretty hard. Did my part. Contributed.
Hey, finding people is sometimes really difficult.
You have no idea. Literally my entire job. I came here to find one person. I haven't found that person.
It's also kind of my job as well, but that's beside the point.
All right, let's get back before those two lose the crowd.
I wonder if I get to do my story still.
Oh, there's an empty stage for where Rictavio was if you really want to.
No, I really don't want to. I'd much rather just talk to people and have a few beers and a few ales, and maybe a wolf leg. Maybe I can find a haunch. I'm hungry.
Right. All right. Festivals have foods. Let's get back.
Mm-hmm.
Cole and Durango.
What is it?
So, as all of this is unfolding, you are performing in marathon at this point. Taking a few breaks, you just continue to put on performance after performance, collect pay after pay. The money is rolling in silvers at a time. It is wonderful. For a moment, you see Ash, Rush, and Rictavio disappear. Actually, you don't see Ash, but you see Rictavio disappear, and you assume he's taking some sort of break, which is even better for you because more and more of the crowd continue to pour in. What are the two of you doing?
So Durango's got some material that he prepared after their last meeting. He wants to perform. It's overtly it's very saccharine and praising of the Burgomeister, the Barovian people, and the hardships they endure, their adversity in the face of it, but really emphasizing the hardships part. Like, it's overtly very saccharine, but there's a subtext that would be almost inflammatory to somebody who felt strongly opposed to these ideas. He's trying to gauge the crowd's reaction and just kind of get an idea of where the people actually stand on this whole issue. See how easy it would be to provoke them, pretty much.
Make a perception check, or actually do insight. How about that? Let's do insight.
That is a 5.
Yeah, so it's difficult to read much of the crowd. Many of them are, doing the same fake smiles and genuinely enjoying the music based on your last performance checks. Nothing stands out. Nobody seems visibly upset. It just seems like any other village, any other time you've done this, if not a more open and available crowd, if you will, because no one is willing to, put on a sour face or not be in attendance. The Burgomeister, of course, claps loudly. Oh my, the great Durango Fortescue. What a... you deserve many more titles, and we will work on that, I think. You, of course, with your elegant words and phrase, would be able to come up with something much better, and I'm sure you have. But let me tell you, if ever I have heard an anthem for our great city, that would be it. Well done.
By many things, but please do remember there is the brave Sir called Mavvin as well.
Yes, of
I
course.
could not do it without him.
Yes, of course. How could I forget? But it looks like you're doing quite well for yourself. We will be lighting the blazing sun soon. I would hope that you all join me center stage.
Sir Cole?
A stage, you said?
Yes, of course. You are guests of the Burgomeister, are you not? Perhaps you can perform that number as we set it afire.
My Burgomeister, it would be our great pleasure.
Yeah. Durango bows dramatically, his nose almost scraping the cobblestones.
He turns to everyone. See? All is and will always be well. And as he walks away, the crowd continues to gather, waiting for the next number. You guys just continue playing.
I think we might take a break before, the main stage.
This is a wise idea, Sir Cole. Perhaps we could arrange something special for this occasion. Yes.
I think so. And maybe I do that bit where I, check the crowd for anything, it twinkles on the senses, if you know what I mean.
If anything special jumps out at you that perhaps find its way home with you as well.
It'll be a perfect time to do it.
And as he's saying, he's just sort of like doing the somatic component in the air, not the verbal part, but of detect magic.
And what's the radius or range on detect magic?
100
feet?
Where is it spelled?
30, I think.
It's only 30. Again, I'm not casting the spell. I was just doing the somatic part of it.
Okay.
Only 30 is still huge, though. That's 60 feet.
Well, and also Cal will be in his arms box in the crowd, so he'll be moving around and the whole thing. Yeah, why don't we take a break? Let's go find the elf and the weird archer one.
Yeah,
And
so,
perhaps a refreshing beverage as well. I am rather parched.
Oh, you know what? A Terry's would sound good, don't it?
I must admit, it has begun to grow on me.
so as you make your way through the crowd, now dispersing, now that your show has ended, you find one of the beverage carts and wait in line for a bit for a Terry's. It's just a few copper to get yourselves these nice big mugs of the apple cider-esque wine. And as you are laughing and counting, total you made 45 gold.
That's
and
pretty
26 silver.
Dang.
All right.
Good haul, boyos.
Over the course of several hours, but it's the entire village is here. Not by choice.
Fantastic.
Not by choice.
I'm assuming we're divvying that down the middle.
This is most fair, Sir Cole, yes.
All right. So it's 14 silver, 12 gold, I think. Did I do that right? No. 12 gold.
You did not. But
No, I did not.
as the two of you split your earnings and walk away with your Terrys, Ash and Tensveta come walking into the courtyard.
Oh, man, we missed the show. Damn it.
My friend, not all is lost. We shall be taking the stage again tonight for the main event.
When did that happen? When was that decided?
The moment that Durango's feet graced that stage, my friend, it was decided.
Someone needs to feed me and get me a drink. I just saved us all from a massive cat with very large teeth. And, nobody's going to believe me. So, I plan on getting absolutely fucked.
I mean, to be fair, he did actually manage to not get eaten by a giant fucking cat.
Is this a turn of phrase that I am unfamiliar with? This not getting eaten by cats?
No, it is quite literal.
Very literal in this sense,
Do you remember the cat that was inside of the wagon that Rictavio had? By the way, Rictavio's gone now.
Oh, yeah. Also that.
Oh, this is most
We were
unfortunate.
we were performing for not even an hour. Wasn't
Listen.
it weren't even that long since we last saw you?
Look, that's valid. That's a valid thought process. It was unexpected. The Vactor brothers were being assholes. Can I have a drink, please?
Oh, yeah,
Please.
fuck it.
I'm
And I just
hungry.
hand him the Terry's in my hand. Just
He takes it and just starts chugging it.
Durango gets him another one, and when he hands it to him, he plays a quick riff on his lute and like chills it to perfection in his hand.
Oh, thank the gods. oh, he's gonna start sipping on this one. Thank you both. Now then, I need a wolf's haunch. I'm assuming they have wolf's haunches here because there's so many wolves around here, and you know it's better than the poultry legs that you typically get at fairs like this, right? I don't know. It just feels fitting.
you eat dog.
You know, now that I say that out, and now that you put it that way,
Do they eat dog
I will
here?
say, I would not eat displace a beast. Whatever you do, don't eat that meat. It's awful.
A what?
Fuckery. It's a thing.
You're
Don't
talking
eat
a
fuckery.
lot of nonsense right now.
You say, Anyway, I'm gonna look around for some fair food. Like I'm here for my fried Oreo. Damn it.
Sure. Make a perception check.
$19 as he just kind of like gets up on his tippy toes. He's a little bit shorter than everybody else, so he just kind of like has to tippy toe and look over.
Yeah, so very quickly you find several meat vendors and are able to get essentially whatever it was you were looking for. There are candied apples. There are.
I'm looking for a meat leg.
Yeah, meat leg. It is
Like it's a Ren fair.
Yeah.
And
As
you-
opposed
and
to
you-
a vegetarian leg.
and you're probably more realizing this now that you said it out loud, that the majority of the meat that you have eaten since you've been here is wolf. The wolf steaks that she makes at the
It only makes sense for
at
the
the
space.
blue water, the stew that you had, you knew the taste, and yeah, as soon as you bite into that massive haunch, you realize, yeah, of course there's no endless supply of wolves.
He goes to say something and just forgets about it. Anyway, so Octavio's done with fair for a little bit. In fact, he's probably done with Loki for a little while. He asked us to go visit him out west of town. It's only like a couple of hours at a tower. There's a tower. I don't know.
I won't be able to tell you that, mate.
Mr.
I'm just
Rictavio has
telling you.
moved on.
Yes.
So Cole, this is most unfortunate for Mr. Rictavio.
Yes, but we've also got an extended vacation that we're supposed to take going around our tour of Barovia, remember?
Mr. Tens, could you possibly bring yourself to deny the people what they need, what they crave, what they
Yes.
demand?
Yes.
You are a crueler man than myself.
Yes.
You kind of see Cole like perspiring a bit. He just, won't leave Barovia. Gold. Leave Barovia. Gold.
You seem conflicted.
And he now he starts saying it out loud. Oh, Barovia, gold, bro.
It's
Wrong
not
out.
Look at him.
I think I ain't no getting rich here, friend.
Well, I know that it is our intent to take our leave of this place when it is possible to do so, but perhaps we could have a jingle in our step as we leave.
Oh well, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
let me put it to you
yeah.
this way, Durango. You'll never find your way out of here if you don't leave town. You don't want to be a townie.
more wisdom from Mr. Tens, the Prince of Fakuri, and
Mhm.
he bows.
That's right.
Oh, well, so I think we finish up here tonight. We mop as much gold as we can, and we'll head out in the morning. We were
say we
going
go
west
visit-
anyway.
Yeah. I think we ought to visit Rictavio first, though, on our way out. Just just give him our condolences for having to leave town. He was afraid that his image would be soured in the town because of Sparkles getting loose.
We also didn't get to look in the wagon and kind of search his stuff like we were planning on doing anyway.
No, but he was very honest with me, and I think he will finally, after all this time, just come straight with us.
I think he might be right. For some reason, I feel like this guy might have information that's going to be useful to us.
Well, he ain't
I've been
honest.
saying it all the time.
But he
No
clearly
thanks.
does something else, you know.
Pitching tents and all that, yeah.
We can't
actually-
call it that.
Setting up
Why?
tents.
Why not?
In Kasata, it's school children, you know, they say, you know what?
It's true.
Forget it.
We shouldn't. It's more sexual than you give it credit for. It'd be
I
kind
don't
of
know.
like calling it pole cleaning, even though there's no poles involved.
Why would you clean a pole? That doesn't make any sense.
It's like a skin flute, yeah?
Why would you play a flute? You guys must come from some weird countries. I've never heard of any of this before.
Yes, I do.
Okay. I mean, obviously you do, but how would that even work? How would a skin flute make noise? Would it like whistle? Like
Oh,
when
it makes
when you
noise.
whistle?
It doesn't whistle. It's a bit more haunting than that.
It works on friction.
Actually, I wonder if it works. It would probably fit well in here. The moaning sound in the forest.
Blend right in.
I am
with
not sure
that,
I wish to spend a night in the woods with you people.
With that, the crowd begins to gather around that central stage where that massive wooden sun shape has been made and bundled together of twigs and sticks. The Burgomeister stands in the center and begins to call out to the crowd. Gather round, my friends, my patrons, gentle village folk of Valaki. Hopefully all are enjoying the festival this evening. Oh, come. And he motions to all of you. The great Durango Fortescue. How about a round of applause for our new friends here in Valaki? Did they not put on a fabulous performance? And they will be playing us all a tune as we set ablaze this beacon of hope for our fair city. For is it not our happiness that will drive back the devil Strahd and his influence, that will free us from this curse that haunts this valley? And I say to you, once as the great Order of the Silver Dragon once told of a beacon of radiance and hope, we shall be that beacon today. We shall bring light so bright that Strahd will be forced to stare at it down from his wicked castle.
Ah,
Now, Mr. Fortescue, if you please, play us a tune as we set ablaze our sun. You can see several people taking torches now and feeding the bottom of the fire as it all begins to burn and light up. The crowd starts to cheer.
So Durango's going to have fun with his full array of supernatural tricks with the fire, relating it to his performance, whether it's in time with him stomping his feet or singing or just his movements, that the fire is going to respond in kind. He's gonna play the same song he just played previously, but this time he is trying to be more inflammatory. Like he's actually trying to get people to react and see if he can get people unruly. See if he can start maybe start a riot.
Make a performance check for me.
Can I?
And we're
can
not
I,
on.
I'm assisting with this.
I was
I'm-
gonna say, can we start a mosh pit?
Well, I was gonna say
You
we're
want to
not
start a
on
mosh
stage.
pit?
Yeah.
This is it.
No, hold wrong seat. Give me a moment. The fire, it's warm.
That's
and
not shaking him. Come on, let's start a mosh pit.
he just starts getting excited, and like the orange starts to turn a little bit warmer, and his hands start to burn. He starts to get the summer. He's like, yeah.
19, right?
Could do better than that, though. I mean, I got borrowed talent. We thought those are pretty low rolls. I think we could do better than that.
Oh no.
I mean,
Reroll is not an advantage, though, right? That's single dice.
Correct.
Yeah. We could do better than that. Hubris.
Your
What you did.
arrogance.
So a
I
19
think that's,
traded for a 9.
That didn't have any bonuses on it, though, so I'd be like
Oh,
at
it didn't.
15.
15. Okay. So it's it's difficult to concentrate. Obviously, the crowd is yelling, and of course, the peasants are always off time, and they begin to try to stomp with you, and so it throws you off a little bit. But nobody seems to mind as the song whips everybody into a frenzy as the fire is burnt. Your friends in the crowd begin to push and shove and get people riled up. People are jumping and shouting, dancing as the sun begins to burn. Now, in the roughly a little afternoon at this point in the overcast city of Vallaki.
Ash is gonna make his way through the crowd while that's happening, and just kind of start like saddling up to people like he's been there for a minute, and just make like offhand comments about like how all this light is gonna, attract Strahd. It's gonna bring draw unwanted attention. Like this will be the true test to see if this really gets Strahd out of the way. This is gonna make or break Vallaki now. Like this is too far. Stuff like that.
D20 for me.
D20. 6.
So you begin to bump into a few people, and you start to go with that talk track. You start to talk about Strahd finding it and negativity, and several of them shy away from you. Many try to pay you no mind. And suddenly there is a tug on your arm as a large figure grabs you. All right. Well, there won't be none of that talk here at the Burgermeister's Festival. It's that big burly figure with the arm covered. Why don't you come with me and talk a little more about your theories by the stalks?
I'm gonna use my ability, switch my face over to Strahd's, and in Strahd's voice go, "How about you let go of me?"
Make a deception check with advantage.
What are you doing? With advantage?
Please.
Well, because of your
Yes. It was a natural 20 for a 27.
I don't have any way to beat that with this guy. So you can see the hand loosens on your arm as he pulls away quickly and looks at you, and then it begins to look around before backing away and rushing somewhere in the crowd.
I switch back and kind of start looking around at everybody and go, what was his problem?
Oh my god.
This is gonna turn out so bad for us on so many levels.
Something's...
I'm so glad we're leaving Vallaki now.
Yeah, we can't ever come back. We have to burn the town down.
Yeah.
Ash
so
is also going to
okay.
make
Yeah. So what are the rest of you doing?
Moshin.
Yeah.
I'm having a fucking blast over here in summer, just slamming into people. Are
Throwing
you
some
kidding me?
windmills, some
Oh, yeah.
picking
The
up
festival, yeah.
change.
Gonna do
Yep.
our best to start a wall of death. I mean, the
Yeah,
whole thing.
yeah.
And
Uh-huh.
Durango's doing some sick head rotations.
Yeah, and as the song begins to die down, the other minstrels and other bards begin to pick up, and a very regular tune starts to play. The Burgomeister saunters over to you again, Durango. Yes, absolutely marvelous, my friend. Beautiful, beautiful tune. Yeah, I look forward to seeing it. Do you write your music as well?
Oh yes, my friend, Mr. Burgomeister. Yes, I compose much of my own songs.
I would love to get a copy of it. I would pay, of course, handsomely for it. I think it's a grand tune for the city. You'll be quite famous, of course, Mr. Durango, the great Durango Fortescue.
I will sign it as such,
He
and I
reaches
will have it
down
in
and
your
pats
hands
one of those big
promptly.
mastiffs under the chin. It appears I have matters to attend to. But of course, I hope to see you again in a week's time here, and perhaps in a couple of nights at the manor if you feel amenable.
I must admit, my friend, that the great Durango Fortescue, his time is in high demand, but I am sure that I could make time for such an appearance.
He furrows his brow a bit. Any news on the other front?
I must admit, we did look into this matter. We found very little of alarm, mostly people in a, how do you say, downward spiral, circling closer to the bottom. Nothing, of course, that would concern a great burgomeister like yourself.
Well, this is disappointing. Make a deception check.
It's 17.
Ooh.
Dang.
Well, disappointing, to be sure. Well, Master Durango, I am certain we will be seeing more of each other. Please enjoy the festival. All will be well.
Durango bows dramatically once again. One of those pavement touching type bows.
Mm-hmm. And he quickly turns, and those two large dogs trail behind him as he makes his way off the stage.
If possible, I'm going to make a point to flag him down and try and speak with him.
After your everything that happened in the crowd, go ahead and make a perception check.
24.
24. Yeah, you get very little opening as you see you're kind of stuck in the crowd and the festival. You see him get off stage, and you watch, and you follow him for a bit through the crowd, but it's hard to track. And he's got several of those guards with him as he's walking, and then you lose sight.
Well, shit. I'm just going to attempt to link back up with the crew.
The festival continues to go on for hours and hours through the night. What are you guys doing? What is the group's plan at this point?
Play the festival, finish the festival for tonight, leave in the morning.
Have a hell of a night all the way through. We're in summer. We're a little frisky, frankly.
Pearl could use a drinking buddy. Let's do it.
And Durango's still working the crowd and trying to get a handle on how the average person feels about the situation here, if it is that close to a tipping point or not.
All right. So why don't we do Durango? Give me a insight check with disadvantage. and the other 3 give me Constitution checks.
Oh, this is gonna go great.
Checks, not saving throws.
Checks. Yeah.
I'm going to use a lucky point on that roll.
I mean, I rolled. I wasn't
The
gonna be
land of
drinking,
fuckery
but
will continue to outdo
Those
a
were
great
all
circle,
awful
Mavvin.
rolls. Ignore me.
I don't
Yeah,
have any,
it's
like,
difficult.
advantage.
It's difficult to get a bead, Durango. They're all very, especially in this setting, very tight-lipped. Nobody is. Everybody seems to genuinely be enjoying themselves. Even the ones that start to taper off and are noticeably tired are very well practiced at keeping themselves engaged and smiling. And it's all very practiced falsehood across across the majority of the faces. So it's very difficult to gauge whether anybody's where anybody's at. But there's an air of fear, or just a tinge of it, in the air of festivity. The rest of you go hard. And as the hours tick on, very quickly, it starts to catch up with you. The alcohol, the dancing, the weariness sets in. It is a little past sunset at this point, when all of you are trying to find one another, stumbling through the crowd. As everyone begins to start to disperse, the embers of the blazing sun beginning to dwindle. Those of you that rolled below a 15, you are technically poisoned.
As I notice, I'm glad oh god, no, none of that. And I start mumbling, waving my hands, and I cast a protection from poison on myself.
Yeah, and in a moment, that sense of being drunk just
Actually,
vanishes.
no, I don't, because I don't have it prepared. Never mind.
Never mind.
Lay on hands takes away poison.
Oh, all right. I lay my own hands on myself, as I
5
do
points.
nightly.
Either way,
I still don't get it.
poison from the alcohol begins to pull. Your stomach settles, and that dizziness and everything fades quickly, as the entire night of drinking and dancing suddenly is just set with exhaustion.
Cole finds Tin sitting with a like a couple of girls at a table, like at a bench, and he's just like, "Yeah, I don't really even come from here. Like, I could tell you some stories. Let me tell you, we're gonna have ourselves a good night. I should introduce you to Mr. Fortescue and the brave Mavvin."
Well, we'd love to hear some more stories, Mr. Tent. Oh, he's adorable.
I got all sorts of stories.
I'm gonna go over to the bartender and just like, him, keep him coming.
Now then, if I could try and get Ash over here too, maybe he could even do one of the funny voice tricks, because he's really good with those. And if he does the funny voice tricks, I bet we could have ourselves like an entire entertainment situation here where we go back and forth. Ash!
What?
Oh no, he's super fucked. Well, whew. Looks like I got the room to myself tonight, ladies.
Kel's in bed already.
So all of you are still at the festival. Nobody's in bed yet. It's the Blue Water Inn is still a ways away. Yeah, you're also as the festival begins to die down. Yeah, but no,
completely ruins that entire interaction.
no, the
Just
wagons
void out
are.
the past 5 minutes.
Yeah. The wagons are loading up. You are pulling tens away from 2 young ladies, not that young, but young to him. Ash is barely conscious, stumbling all over himself. He throws up in the corner.
Tens is just howling with laughter.
Durango, you find the rest of them and begin to make your way back to the blue water. The streets are wet and dark, mostly empty at this hour. The sun long since set. And as all of you turn a corner, maybe 300 feet from the blue water, a figure stands there in the dark.
Uh-oh.
Familiar to some of you.
Hey Ash, is that guy staring at us? Oh, you're not worth it.
All three of them.
I say, hey, yeah, he might be, and put my hands in his shoulders, my compatriots, and lay on hands. Both of them.
15.0?
The dark cloaked figure turns as all of you step down the alley. The cloak billows and flutters. In the distance, you hear the wolves howling.
Ominous.
Well, that was quite the performance, Mr. Fortescue. I see now how you have earned this title. Great.
Yes, my Lord Strahd. Had I known that such fine ears would be in attendance listening, I would have never played such trash. Your ears deserve much better than this. And he bows deeply, and his nose right on the ground.
Particularly, I enjoyed that last one you played. The way you rhymed my name so eloquently. Did not paint me in the best light, now did it, Mr. Fortescue? It would appear you see me as some sort of monster.
My Lord Strahd, please, you must understand. I am paid to craft much like a blacksmith. I do not always decide the direction that a project will take.
In a flash, he is on you. And it happens in a blink, Durango. And you're familiar with magic and you've seen things move, but it's this unnatural speed with which he just suddenly melds through the shadows, presses you up against a wall.
I've drawn my rapier.
Short sword comes out, yeah.
Sharp fingertips scrape along your throat as he moves your head to the side. Surely you are not all believers, bought into this peasantry and their stories. And he looks over at the two of you with your swords drawn.
The only thing I see right now is a man a little too close to somebody I'm traveling with.
I must be completely honest, sir. It's taking every ounce of my being not to skewer you here.
Try me, elf.
Get off my friend and stand with me.
Wait, well, I think we might have gotten off on the wrong foot here. How do you do, sir? My name is the Great Cow Mavvin. I think what my compatriot here was saying is that, well, to be honest, we were looking for a bit of gold. and in performance you play to your audience, it might not reflect our values.
He puts a hand up to stop you. Mr. Mavvin, now, well, I like to believe that you are the lowlife that you appear to be. Well, was it gold you were after when you absconded with my dearest Arena? When you re-sanctified that pathetic excuse for a chapel? Do you think for one moment that you will keep her away from me, you and that pathetic brother of hers? You have merely bought yourselves hours in the blink of my existence.
I'm gonna pop detect thoughts.
You attempt to use detect thoughts, and you are
I'm not gonna dig
immediately
in deep.
Yep. Even just the surface level,
Mhm.
you're immediately this sharp pain like a headache rings back at you.
Ooh.
Consider this your first warning traveling here in my land. There will not be a second. Interfere with my plans a single time further, and you will find all of yourselves on stakes outside of my castle. Am I perfectly clear?
As a bell, my lord.
Durango makes a series of affirmation-sounding choking
He
sounds.
lowers Durango down onto the ground, straightens up his collar a little bit, brushes a bit of dirt off of him.
He puts his rapier away.
This is a most unfortunate misunderstanding, my Lord Strahd.
Please, Master Durango, I thought I had high hopes for you. Perhaps I still do. If you ever decide to find yourself in better company,
He's gonna spit out his
enjoy
feet.
your stay in my town. And with that, he walks away, stepping into the shadows, into the alley, into the street, not even looking back as he just sort of melds and vanishes into the darkness.
Tens is just flipping him off as he walks away.
Ash isn't putting the short sword away. He's just gonna kind of be walking with it
And Durango
in a
does a
semi-ready.
Durango does a quick vocal scale, make sure his larynx isn't damaged.
Well,
You okay?
This may come as a surprise, Mr. Tens, but this is not the first time that something like this has happened, but perhaps a more severe type of occurrence. Mr. Cole?
oh yeah, you weren't playing around.
Yeah, I think we all know each other a little bit better now, as far as our groups are concerned. And by groups, I mean us and him.
It's pretty obvious that the festivals aren't working then.
Not if he's in town.
Didn't think it would. Need to check on Arena. What's his obsession with her?
It's something he wants and he can't have. It's how powerful people need.
Can I get a retroactive insight check on that one to see kind of what his intention was with her? Is it what kind of like it's been kind of lining up along the way this entire time to begin with. Like at the beginning, whenever we even picked her up to bring her to Wallachia in the first place, it's weird. Like they were running from Strahd, and her brother explicitly said, Ismark explicitly said, he is obsessed with her. Could I have caught what tone he meant by that obsession?
Make an insight check.
$24.
So, I mean, it was fairly certain that he was not pleased with the events that unfolded and the route that was taken. It's hard to infer anything else, like any more specific detail, as into the term of the obsession, but you can see it. Ismark wasn't kidding. But without more context, without more information, it's hard to say why.
All right. Then I think it's time to go talk to Irina. I'm not going to bed tonight.
Sure about that, mate?
I'm not. This is the wrong season for this one. So yes, I am quite sure. When people are tired, they tend to get a little loose-lipped in the first place. So I'm gonna go figure out what's going on.
It might be for the best if we all take a little snooze in the pews.
I tend to agree.
Hey, you see Cole. Cole just like look down in a little bit of defeat. Hey, right.
Look, it's better than sleeping in an alleyway somewhere, or dead.
Yeah, maybe not though.
I mean,
Look, here's the deal. People like him like to like to rule by fear. It's quite obvious. I'm not afraid of him. I just fucking hate him.
Well, here's the thing. I think he gave it his chance to not fuck up, and it looks like we're heading on the road to fuck up.
Well, how else are we supposed to get the fuck out of here, huh?
We sleep tonight, and we deal with it in the morning.
You can sleep. I will talk with Irina. I do not sleep as much as you do.
You're so worried. You're so worried to go that you want to sleep in a church, but you're gonna head off alone.
I do not care where my head lies. If you want to stay at the inn, you can stay at the inn. And he pushes a finger into his chest.
Mate, that's not what you want to be doing.
Then don't question me.
I grab his hand.
And he just
and I squeeze just a little uncomfortably tight.
His other hand goes into a fist. Buddy,
Don't get too big for your britches.
Let my hand go.
Cole sucker punches him.
Okay, he takes it.
Go ahead and make an attack roll. Well, I mean, I guess if he takes it, then
yeah. What's the roll for unarmed?
Yeah, go ahead and make it with advantage then. Just
okay.
Unarmed strikes are your strength modifier.
Okay.
And damage, unless you have unarmed fighting as a fighting style or
I don't.
Tavern brawler.
It's a natural 20.
Hurt me then.
So 1d4.
Okay, yeah.
Plus your strength modifier. And double the d4.
Plus 4. 6, so that's 12. Oh, it's double the d4. The d4 was a 2, so 6, 8.
Right, so 8 points of damage as Cole quicker than you would expect, Tens, although you were just sort of taking it. Drives this gauntleted fist into your stomach.
He gives a sock. He's already in your fucking head. You fucking moron. He yanks his hand away. You're over here all pompous with your bullshit about the churches, and you don't even see the fear that this guy is doing. He's doing the exact same fucking thing.
Mate, I know exactly what he's doing, but what sort of fight you gonna think we're gonna have tonight?
I'm not trying to have a fucking fight. I'm just trying to get some fucking answers.
You're poking the bee's nest is what you're doing.
There's no bee's nest to poke anymore. It's already fucking
Mate,
swarming.
don't make me knock you out.
Just go to bed, Cole. It's fine. I don't need you to get my answers.
Fine, whatever. Whatever. May the wolves find you. I take off.
I'm gonna stomp off towards the church.
Ash is gonna swing over to Durango. I'll make sure the elf doesn't do anything stupid if you make sure he doesn't do anything stupid.
Rango just nods, like knowingly, claps him on the shoulder a couple times, and spins on his heel to follow Cole.
Ash follows Tens.
All right, so it's two of you stomp off towards the blue water, and two of you stomp off towards the church. I think that's a good spot to take our first break.
We keep splitting the party, man.
No, you split the party.
I know.
You split the party. Let's be clear
Thank
about
you,
what
everyone.
happened here.
Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging in there with us. Make sure you spend your elf eggs wisely. Earn that speedy game to run away from your problems, or
Get back to the
save
party
them
on
up
time.
for those custom Dragonite dice. And we'll see you in just a few minutes. And welcome back. Tensveta, as you storm off towards the church, Cole and Durango back towards the blue water. Cole and Durango, you arrive as Danica and Owen have finished unloading the cart and are getting ready to call it a night themselves. As they turn as you arrive, say, "Oh, there they are. Quite the performance. You guys must have done well for yourselves."
It is a matter of getting back what you put in, my friends.
Of course, we always do well as well. The terrace, it sells quite a bit.
Yeah, it seemed like a successful night all in all. You didn't happen to see like a tall, dark, and brooding sort of character around, did you?
In Barovia, they're all tall, dark, and brooding.
Well, this one's nicer dressed than the rest.
Didn't see nothing. Saw Rictavio though. I see he was leaving. But other than that, no. Why are you looking for your? Are you looking for Tensveta or?
No, he's off at the church.
I see.
I think I'm just gonna turn in.
Yeah, I hear you. It was a long one. All right, well, rest up. We got another one next week.
With that, Cole's gonna head out around back, and again, I just going up the stairs, just kind of keeping an eye out for the ravens.
Make a perception check.
It's a 10.
Yeah, it's difficult to see them at night as is. They don't seem to be around as much.
Yeah, right. Just slap into the room. And he's gonna prop himself in bed, but like up against the wall, facing the door if possible. And yeah, he'll get to sleep, but he wants to sort of be in an actionable position.
My friend, this is a most unfortunate turn of events. It would appear that the more diplomatic options are disappearing very quickly.
Yeah, I'm under no illusion if this Strahd character is what they say he is. They might not come to that at some point. But I know we don't. Mate, we don't know what we're dealing with.
I have never seen an angry noble move with such speed or grip with such strength.
You know, it's got to be one of them. Vampire, like they say he is.
This is another most grave development.
And we know the Bones was his doing. Right? He clearly does have that attachment for that girl. We stepped on his toes since we've been here.
It would appear that we must go with, how do you say, the second plan?
Yeah. Yeah, mate. You know, I've been running a long time. We've been running a long time. And I think what I know, right, Rango, we screwed a lot of people over.
Durango's eyes kind of dart about furtively, as if he's afraid that somebody might be listening. Switches to Infernal, but speaking as lowly as he can in the grating, barking tongue. We have done what we must to survive and sometimes perhaps even thrive. This is the way of the world, yes?
Well, yeah. Well, you know, yeah. I mean, a typical dumb farmer I ain't got no feelings about, but these folk, they deal with it's something else, Rango.
Are you saying you wish to become the true brave knight, so called? Do you wish to liberate this small folk? Stand up to the monster?
No, well,
This is a fine way to earn your name in song once you are dead.
yeah, we're that simple now, we're it though. You know, I am. I've done some bad things, Rango. Even before all this. Yeah. I know, maybe I'm feeling a bit guilty.
Durango just kind of waves a hand dismissively at the talk. My friend, do you taste the guilt when you eat your breakfast? Do you sleep through the night? Do you draw breath when you wake?
I mean, it's provided.
Then, if you are still breathing, still waking each day, whatever you have done cannot be that bad. It must have been necessity.
I suppose you're right. Either way, this Strahd character is not a fan. You know. We gotta get out of here.
Perhaps this this man with the mysterious arm, perhaps things would be better if he were to disappear, no?
Maybe.
Like the lady was saying. This is well within the capabilities of the great Durango Fortescue and his companion, brave Sir Cole.
Well, of course, and I straighten out my jacket.
Perhaps this will be the first stroke of the axe which fells the tree,
Something to think about. Something to think about. Everyone here is just terrible. I thought we were, messed up. But these nobles, are messed up.
Not that I have held many in high esteem, Sir Cole, but yes, these are a particularly gruesome example of the class.
All right, I'm beat. I'm beat. You might maybe we take a couple shifts. Might be pertinent, prudent.
To speak plainly, I find myself quite unable to sleep as it is. Perhaps you will take the first rest?
All right. And that, it sort of lowers the shield down and props it up against the wall, between the wall and the bed. The shield and then the Morning Star, and it's still propped up in the corner, cross-armed, and just kind of lets his head fall.
And as sleep finally takes you, you find yourself running through a fog-filled wood. Looking down, your metal armor is emblazoned with a unfamiliar symbol, draconic in nature, as you rush, and all around you wolves chase you through the woods before one finally takes you out from behind. Your legs give out, you tumble forward. A large wolf positions itself on top of you, bites down hard on your throat, Cole, and shakes wildly. Tensveta. Ash, as you make your way to the church. Those heavy wooden doors swing open, creak, barely lit. You can see one of the doors quickly opens as you approach. Ismark has sword in hand, still in his bedclothes. Oh, God. You spooked me.
Yes, I'm sure I did. And Tins has pulled out his magnifying glass. I need to speak with Irina, if you don't mind.
I mean, it is awfully late, Mr. Tens.
I understand it's awfully late. I don't give a fuck. I need to speak with Irina, please.
What is happening?
Don't worry about it. We'll talk about it.
You can hear the other door open. Is everything all right?
It is and it isn't. Mind if I step in for a moment and speak with you?
Hey, Mr. Tens, this is not very appropriate for you to be... All right, well, okay. Irina, if you say it's okay. Yes, of course.
And Tins will look over
As
at
you
Ash
all
and-
pile into her room, she lights a candle. So, everything okay at the festival?
Everything was fine at the festival. Well,
You could
I
see
say
the sun
everything's
blazing from here. It was nice. Looked fun.
I have a few questions, if you don't mind. And he kind of leans up against the wall, kind of fiddling with that magnifying glass, and just says, we, and he looks at Ash, had a bit of an introduction to a certain fellow tonight that claims that there will be nothing to stop him from getting to you. I need to know everything about your relationship to this fellow. And I mean, do not spare me any details. And if you wouldn't mind, if I remember right, this is Chuck having a hard time remembering. Did whenever we first met her, did she mention anything about her neck?
They did. I don't remember whether it was her or him that mentioned it, but yeah, you saw the scars.
Okay. Do you mind if I take a closer look at your neck whenever I have a moment, please?
Yes, of course. It seems to be better. She pulls down. You can see the two kind of like very thin red marks that look like small puncture wounds.
Yeah, he's just going to like look them over very closely with his magnifying glass and get like memorize every single detail, width,
so
how deep they would have gone, the whole nine.
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
There is not much to tell. I am not certain why the Lord Strahd is after me. Certainly, we have not had any encounters in my waking time, although I have seen him in visions in my sleep. Often, early on, Ismark would find me outside the manor at night, as if I walked out myself.
DM, before you go too much further for a moment, just that way I don't get this out of my head, the actual item of the magnifying glass gives advantage on ability check, maybe
Sure.
appraise or inspect thing.
Sure.
Cool. 18.
Thank God for advantage.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, they look like they're spaced in the capacity that it could be. I mean, at this point, you're assuming based on all the lore and everything, and they tell you pretty or are fairly forthright with what they know or have heard about Strahd. Strahd is a vampire.
Yep.
He dwells in Ravenloft. No one is allowed to go to the castle. Strahd is a curse. Less a man, less a vampire. He's placed on the land. Some forgotten sin that the Barovians committed long ago. Vampires, lots of myths about having to rest in coffins. The wolves always seem to surround their home was attacked by wolves. Werewolves that steal children in the night. If you're out late in the forests, Strahd is able to turn into a bat, a wolf, a cloud of mist. And the humanoid version can dominate even the most powerful mind. He's a wizard. He's a warrior. I mean, all of it spills out. They leave no legend unturned.
I appreciate the stories, and I want to get the exact dimensions of those teeth marks. I have Tens has an idea, but he says, I'm not looking for information on him. I'm looking for information on you and why he would be obsessed with you, Irina. Because he doesn't seem to have this sort of relationship with anybody else based off of the very short interaction I had with him tonight.
I'll phrase it this way, slightly different from my heated friend. You said you have never had a direct encounter with them. Is there any reason, say, your family lineage traces back to before Strahd?
She looks up at Ismark again. Unfortunately, we have no idea who Arena is. She's my adopted sister. We found her. She doesn't know memory of her past. She wandered one day into the village. She could not remember where she came from.
Did you always have the tooth marks on your neck from the moment you walked in?
I did not. They didn't occur until I was older. I was just a child. It was
How long ago?
started maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
How old are you now? I know it's rude to ask a lady her age, but
Well, it's difficult to tell. I don't know how old I was when I arrived. I'm assuming we have just always said 22.
okay. He looks at Ash. I think we should consider speaking with those elves again. They're the only ones that would have been around here long enough to actually know anything about such things. They would probably have a better chronicalization of any stories involving anything roughly 20 years ago.
Agreed.
Maybe even look for that mad wizard that they've been talking about across the lake, but we'll get there.
These visions that you have, what do you do with Strahd in those visions?
It is hard to explain. It is fuzzy. I just see glimpses of him. And the only thing that's certain is that there is a hunger in his eyes for me. But I don't, I wish I could help.
I have to ask, and this is just because, again, I'm just trying to get every bit of information that I can. Whenever you say hunger, do you mean as in he looks like he's ready to eat you, or ready to engage with you?
I don't know. It is both.
There it is. That's all answer I need. Very well. I will say there is nowhere safe for you to be beyond these walls, Irina. And I know it is rough to stay inside a set of walls for an extended period of time, but I will do what I can after what I saw tonight to make sure and guarantee your safety as best as I can.
She just sort of smiles, and Ismark claps you on the shoulder. You're a good man, then Sveta Neyota. Did I get it right? Prince of Fakuri.
Indeed.
You're a good man, but many good men have fallen to this devil. I appreciate what you've done for us here. I cannot tell you how many times we have watched brave men come and go. The wizard, and before him, the order, and many, many more tales of peasantry, of villagers who have risen up and attempted to strike down the Devil's Strahd to no avail. Please be careful.
He turns and he claps his hand on his shoulder with a big smile. He just says, "We literally can't do this without you. So when the time comes, are you
course.
willing?" Okay, that's
I
all
said
there
I'd
is.
be
That's all
there.
I had. Very well. I believe, and he looks over at Ash, at least I, am planning on going on a bit of a trip for the next few days at least, before the next festival. Would you mind covering for us in town here a bit? Just to let people know that we will be back.
You don't want me to
etc.
go with you?
As much as I would appreciate it, and he looks at Ash again, I don't know that it's necessarily going to be safe for you to be out there on the roads with us, and I don't want to separate family if I don't have to.
What should I say your business is?
Oh, I know that we're going to be going to speak with the winery on the shortage of wine recently for the Blue Water. Say that we're going to look into that, and maybe a couple of other personal matters.
Tell
I will
people
do
the
what I can.
truth. We're gonna go explore this land to learn more about it. The lie comes in where you say it's gonna be for bringing it back in more revelry for the town.
Well,
At this
keep your
point-
eyes open. Don't wander into the woods. Do not wander into the fog.
Good warnings. I will say, I don't know what I was going to say. I got distracted by the fact that you mentioned the fog. I haven't thought about the fog in quite some time. Oh, that's what it was. You said that he is a curse on the land, and it sounds as though there's never been a real rising force from the land to fight back against the curse. I think it's time that maybe we actually gather the land together for once. He doesn't bring it together throughout anything other than fear, and he squashes out any light that he can.
It is if this entire realm is a part of him. At least that's how the legends go.
And yet you are not. So, that tells me that the people who are of the land are still not his. And that's enough for me. That's enough to give me hope.
Some. Have you not noticed?
No, I'm aware. That's why we must speak to them before we make any rash judgments.
Well, again, I wish you the best of luck. I am sorry that I have gotten you all dragged into this mess.
Well, it seems like it was bound to happen anyway, given that we couldn't leave this land without going down this road anyway.
Well, good luck, my friend. Sleep well.
And you as well.
You'll need it. Sleep comes much more difficult on the roads of Barovia.
Sleep well, Irina.
You as well, Tense.
One last thing before we go, and this is gonna sound really, really weird.
I'm not saying goodbye again. This is getting awkward.
No, that's fine. Irina, do you have an article of clothing that we can use in an effort to spoof Strahd? Maybe we can bring it with us, throw him off the scent.
Better yet, if you're going to be doing that, maybe in the morning we'll take what you've slept in.
Make a persuasion check.
What a creep! What a creep!
Sleepy night sweats, man. Get all the scent on there, okay?
Burst in the middle
I
of
mean,
the
not
night.
that it's much better. I just wanted to dress. Persuasion.
I just wanted a dress, he said.
Like, guys, like a handkerchief would have been just fine.
18.
We could have just got you a dress if you wanted a dress.
I will.
No.
I will do what I can.
I mean, I just like a dress, like a spare dress. I'll give you some money.
Sure.
You can buy a new one.
Yep.
Okay. I promise it's not as weird as it sounds.
It is.
It's really.
It's
not.
very weird.
It's really not. It's like
Like
a
Strahd's,
bloodhound.
like Strahd's a dog.
Yeah, exactly.
There's only one person that understands me.
Again, good night, and yeah, he's gonna go find a corner of the sanctuary where he can get a better view of basically everything going on in the room and post up for a few hours, transfer a few hours.
Okay. Ash.
Yeah, Ash, if Tens is going to be Fey bent on staying in the church for the night, Ash will pull up a pew.
So, I should probably apologize to Cole, shouldn't I?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think you both owe each other an apology. But I don't know if he's going to be the first one to do it.
I don't expect him to.
For better or for worse, he might be our best bet. Talk about spurning the locals and bringing the light back and all this other good stuff. And I gotta say, I'm with you on it. But who better to do it than whether or not his faith is full is somebody who follows Lathander, or at least follows the people that follow Lathander.
I'm wondering if we shouldn't be looking more into the Raven Queen.
Well, that's an option too. But we got a easy candidate right here that can help us. But you're right. He might not be a true believer anymore.
He's kind of a chicken shit.
He's just trying to do his best, man. He doesn't want to provoke this. You saw this guy. There's no way you actually thought we could fight whatever that is.
No, but... No. There is no way. And unfortunately, this is a little too intense for those kinds of encounters, and I can't really change on a dime. It takes me a few moments to really kind of focus on something else. So I need to... Lesson learned, I can't be this focused anymore.
I'm not going to claim to know how that works. I do understand having to keep your focus and to not lose grip on something. It's not easy.
The problem is that sometimes focus can bleed over into passion, which is where this comes in. So, I digress. I think there's more to this reading than Cole continues to put down on. He's very... I'm going to be real honest with you. And I'm going to be very clear with you. I expect the same honesty from you from this point forward. We've got a lot we need to talk about. Because I don't know everything about you, and I want to know everything about you. Why the fuck your skin was gray that one time? Your secret is safe with me. I don't care. I don't care who you are. Or what you're doing. Or why you're doing whatever it is you're doing. I just want to know. But I digress. Again. My point is... I think that if we're going to be making him this beacon that you're seemingly wanting to make him be, I think the key is not actually to get to Cole, but to actually get to Fortescue, get to Durango. He and I don't always see eye to eye. I'm aware of it. I'm a bit extravagant and can sometimes be attention taking without meaning to be. So perhaps I should back up a bit. Let him do a little bit more, you know? I don't know. Just a thought. There's a key to everyone, and I'm not really sure what the answers are to Cole, but again, if we're going to be making him the beacon you say he could be, we need to work our way through Durango. I need to start getting Durango alone. You think you could work with me on that?
I mean, yeah, I guess your best bet is just to try to have a conversation with the dude. Sometimes sneaking around's not the way to do it. Sometimes you just got to go in.
And yet everybody has looser lips when they're alone. And they think they're safe.
I agree with the second part. Everybody has looser lips when they think they're safe.
That's fair, I suppose. I will say. When are you going to tell me? Stop lying to me.
Hang on. Are you good on stream?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Okay.
There it is. He's working on it.
Ash is just gonna sigh real heavy. It's gonna pull a candle up close to his hand, and you watch as it turns like a dark green. It's like the same color of an orc. You see, I cannot. Not only can I throw my voice, I can throw other things. And then as you look back at him, you see an identical version of yourself.
I think that could be useful. Why didn't that, why is this something to hide? Why is this something to lie about?
And then at that point, you see his appearance slowly change. And where there was once this tan, beaten leather skin, you see jet black hair appear that's about shoulder length. Pale, pasty white skin, doesn't look like it's ever seen the sun. And two just completely black eyes.
See, you'd fit in just fine here.
Everybody hates the monster, friend.
I don't. Because I found that the worst monsters are the people that walk around us.
Agreed. This is the big secret that you wanted. And then he switches back to his regular. Comes in handy in my line of work.
I can imagine so. If I could do it, I'd love it. I'd use it all the time.
Easier said than done. I'm not used to working as a group of people.
That's fair.
It stayed between. No,
later.
we don't.
We should.
We won't.
Well, why are you running from it then?
People who know. Again, nobody likes the monster.
Nobody likes me. What's your point? I'm not exactly a monster.
But
Nobody
I am.
runs away from Durango, the fiendish-looking fellow with 6 fingers on each hand.
Who plays wonderful music and can disarm people with his voice.
And you supposedly can use a bow really well.
It's a work in progress, all right? It's Barovia. It's got weird vibrations going on.
Right. I understand entirely. Get some rest, Ash. I won't bring it up again. But I will say, if the opportunity ever arises and you need to use it in full view. I've got your back.
If you don't, I'll kill you.
Right. With what arrow?
One thing about knowing the monsters, gift, curse, whatever you want to call it, you won't see me coming.
Oh, I'm sure there's a break in your lies eventually. Break in the facade.
You just saw it.
Good night, Ash.
Ash, as you fall asleep, Tens, as you go off into your trance. Ash, as you fall asleep, and Durango as well. Obviously, the shift has changed. Cole, you wake up in a sweat after the nightmare. But the two of you, as you get sleep, you are running quickly through the woods, an inhuman-like speed. Through the trees, a flash of metal. You don't know what it is, you don't understand, but you just know that your instincts have taken over. Ash, you rush out. You nip at the back of its legs as it tumbles to the ground. And Durango, you hop onto this figure, bleeding in the grass. Place your mouth around its neck, shake wildly, and then wake up.
As soon as Cole wakes up, he's gonna jot down and with whatever he can the symbol that he saw on the, as close of an approximation to it as possible, the symbol that he saw in the dream on the armor.
You all get a long rest.
Oh, good. Good.
That's a good thing.
And as that overcast sky once again turns gray in the morning of Barovia.
Hey, I'm back to full hit points again.
The church begins to liven up as Father Lucian and his altar boy begin to prepare for a day's mass. Irina is assisting with some of the inside chores. Durango and Cole, you awaken and head downstairs. The bar, a little quieter, a little emptier now with Rictavio nowhere in sight. Danica again prepares breakfast. I trust you slept off whatever demons were haunting you last night.
Nothing that one of your fine meals should not be able to cure, miss. Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah, please.
Any big plans for the week, boys?
I think we're doing a bit of traveling.
Traveling, sightseeing in Barovia.
Well, ain't much else to do besides, festivals, I guess.
It was a pleasure knowing you.
What do you mean by that? You don't think the great Mavvin?
Of course not. Not the great Cole Mavvin, right?
Of course not. Of course not.
But in all seriousness, gentlemen, be safe out there. There are all kinds of scary things go bump in the night, and not just the wolves.
Would you have any particular advice for two strangers in this land?
Stick to the roads. Try not to sleep on the road at night. Stay out of the fog.
You have my thanks, miss. This has been most informative.
Yeah, Cole's just sort of, he's gonna nod along with him, but he's more concerned with the food at the current juncture. Stomach's doing the put something in me quick.
Ash, Tens, what are you doing?
He's gonna give. He's gonna just remind, just give Ismark a quick reminder of, hey, we're gonna be heading out for a bit. Cover us. People start asking about us. Cover us, and then head to the inn. He's in a bit more of a blue tone today.
Ash is gonna make sure he gets the dress and follow.
She hands it over. As you make your way back to the streets, the mud-soaked, rain-weary streets of Vallaki. Much of the town, although alive, is still in recovery from the night before. Everyone moving a little slower than usual. You watch a gentleman loading goods onto a cart, drops a crate that breaks open. Contents spill on the ground in the mud. He curses.
He's gonna, like, that whisper of a wind comes behind coldly into Ash's head. You think you could possibly clean those up for him as he picks them up?
Yeah, I can help out. Ash goes over and starts helping picking up whatever prestidigitations.
Oh, thank you kindly. Just still recovering from last night. Bless you. Thank you.
I think we all are. Take it easy.
As you make your way back to the streets, finally you push through the doors, those familiar double doors to the inn, where you see Cole and Durango enjoying breakfast at the bar.
Tens instinctively, like, rubs where he got punched in the gut.
Ash is just gonna walk by and go, "Keep it civil, you two," and go get some food from the bar.
What you mean?
Right.
Just side eyes Tens, but with like a smirk, like. Yeah.
He's just gonna sit there quietly. Danica's gonna get a little whisper in the back of her head. Can I have a warm drink, please?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Tensveta, use your words. Okay?
Sorry.
Through the chills every time, you creep.
Sorry.
All right, well, we don't get many travelers, but I'll do my best to hold the rooms for you.
Yeah, I think that'll be appreciated. Of course, write them out if you need to, but.
With Mr. Octavio gone, like I said, we don't get many.
If you see anybody that looks like they're struggling on the streets for any reason, I can have mine.
I'll see what I can do.
I'm gonna throw 5 gold. Say, and for the service.
She
Ash will throw
instinctually
in, flips 5 in as well.
bites down on it. Take it the festival was pretty good for y'all.
Wasn't that bad.
I would like to think that it was very good for all involved.
Well, I almost got eaten by a cat, so.
He's alive. It worked out.
Well, if it's any consolation to you, Tens, I also am not a big fan of cats.
Oh, he was very cuddly after a moment, but
Ugh.
Don't-
Well, hopefully, if you're which direction are you all heading in? Western.
Whatever way the wind blows, doesn't really matter to us.
Well, again, if you find it and you find the time,
Well, we that's one of the reasons we're going that way. We're gonna keep an eye out as
Yeah,
we
we're gonna
go.
Good,
go.
good.
I believe we're gonna be looking for your wine issues. Try and take care of them for you.
excellent. All right, that's a load off. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. We've got a few other stops we've got to make elsewhere as well, so your wine may show up before we do.
All right. Well, be safe. Safe travels. Hope to see you soon.
Goodbye, Danica. And he'll like quietly get up, take whatever hot beverage she's made, and slowly sip it on the way out.
Well, gentlemen, are you planning to set out once we have enjoyed the breakfast? Yes.
Yeah, seems to be the best plan.
I think that's it.
You must excuse me. I will prepare my things for the road.
Yeah.
Durango stands and takes what's left of his breakfast and gives a quick bow and heads upstairs.
Do you need any help?
My friend, it is simply a matter of gathering my personal effects. I shall not be long.
Understood. Sorry, I don't mean to intrude.
After Durango leaves, I'm going to take out the little scribbling that I had of that symbol. I'm just gonna show it to both both of the two of them. Oh, if it's a bit weird. If have you seen this before? And I show him the rune.
It's a rune of what? What do we recognize it? Do I recognize it?
It's not a rune per se, but it is a depiction in a very circular format to the best of Cole's ability. It seems to be like a dragon or some sort of draconic entity, wings outstretched, but
You
in a
recognize it?
fashion so that it almost makes a circle.
Huh. How'd you see it?
Well, a dream, if you believe it. It's
I do.
normally, I won't make heads or tails of it, but we're, my dreams have been weird since we've been here.
Oh, but cards can't tell the future either. That's why I pay attention to a dream.
Well, I already gave you credit on those, right? You win. Don't make me punch you again.
Sorry about that, by the way.
Yeah, whatever. You're fine. We're good. So, fine.
Real mature. I guess. I guess we could hold on to it and see if the Rictavio recognizes it. Maybe that mage in the woods, the tower, at the lake, at the thing, whatever.
Yeah, guess we'll ask
Maybe out
around.
at the abbey. I don't recognize it offhand.
Yeah.
Looks like a dragon to me. I don't got much insight into it. Sorry.
Dragons are the wrong kind of fuckery for me.
It's probably nothing, I'm sure, but, just curious, and I kind of hastily stuffs it back away.
It was just a symbol, right? There wasn't any words associated with it. All right. Well, this this is your two's last chance to kill each other. Otherwise, let's finish this food and get out of here.
Not yet. And just shove off the bar, just pat Tens on the shoulder, and go way to the bottom of the stairs for Durango.
As he walks away, once he's out of earshot, he's without even looking at Ash, he's gonna say, "So much for an apology."
I don't know. Give it time. Maybe that is his form of an apology.
There's nothing like saying the words "I'm" and "sorry."
I think you know better than most. That's a little bit harder than you think it is.
I literally just said sorry so many times this morning. It's not odd.
Finish your drink. Meet us outside. And then Ash will step out with Cole. You know, am I going to have to keep playing Peacemaker between you two?
What?
You know you were out of line. At least a little bit.
Mate, you don't put your finger on my chest.
I'm not saying he wasn't out of line either. He came in at a 10, so you responded with an 11.
I hit him.
Yeah.
He
you
learned
did.
his lesson, didn't he? I don't see a problem.
You really think he learned his lesson from you hitting him?
I don't think he'll try that again.
We'll see.
Listen, mate. I might be a few things. You don't push me around. Sorry.
I never claimed that anybody should. But I also think there's a little bit more to you than you let on.
Yeah, maybe. Rango, you done yet?
And with that, yeah, Durango makes his way down the stairs. He's got his colorful traveling cloak on, the one that he got from the Vistani. His loot is secured in it's a leather case, but with a steel frame on the outside to protect it. Very, very nicely made hard case. Puts his empty plate down on the bar and makes his way outside. Ah, my friends, yes. Do we find ourselves ready to hit the road?
I think as ready as we're gonna be for the moment. Ash throws on the not Vistani cloak that he has.
As you all gather your things, your belongings, don your respective cloaks, you head out of town. Early before noon, we'll say. Still early morning. As you make your way out that western gate, past the church, the woods quickly envelop you. A few miles out of town, the road, a light cobblestone, kind of weaves through this dark, foreboding forest. Still, the fog, heavy in the tree line, seems to sit back, almost waiting, watching 100 or so feet from your view, making it nearly impossible to see anything beyond that spectrum, beyond deeper into the forest. After a couple hours, you reach a intersection, an X with branches to the north, northwest, northeast, southwest, and southeast. The lower half of a snapped wooden signpost thrusts up at an angle near the eastern elbow of the intersection. The top half of the sign, featuring arms pointing in 4 directions, lies in the weeds nearby.
Okay, so DM, just so I'm clear on this map, I can't really remember everything that we're doing. This was a point, right? This right here.
Yeah, I can't. The ping's now. I don't have that on for whatever reason. But yeah, so you're right here. You are here. Where are you going? This is
I
the
think-
winery. It's somewhere over here.
Okay, I know we're going to the tower at some point because that's where
That's
Rick
probably
Tavio said he was going to be.
Logically, the closest. And we'd
What's
have to go
this?
that way anyway if we're on our way to the winery.
What's this down here, though?
Where?
To the south of the intersection, up on a hill.
Right by the Luna River,
Is that?
to the left. Do we know what that is, or am I unaware?
I don't think we know what that is.
You don't.
Okay, cool. I can't remember what all we said we were going to go do. I know we're going to the Abbey, which the Abbey is here, if I remember correctly, up by this the Kresk, right? Or
The
by-
Abbey, yeah, Crest is this way. Yeah.
Okay. We were going to go back down to Mount Gaucus last.
Yeah, we're gonna circle west
Yep.
to the north and back around.
Yep.
Uh-huh. So
We were looking at the wizard, looking for the wizard
the wizard is an unknown place north
somewhere
of the lake.
north of the lake in the woods,
Uh-huh.
which we were just warned not to go into.
Yep.
Just note.
Well,
Actually,
I'm not worried about it. Neither is Tens at this rate. Okay, cool. So yeah, let's go to Rictavio first.
Yeah, seems logically the
The next step.
yeah. So that will be what towards the north.
Ish. Do we have a map? Like, do we physically
I
have a
don't
map?
think
amongst
You
us?
do.
I think-
You do.
Oh, do
I mean,
we?
it's so it's yeah.
Okay, cool. I have a
One
plus
of you
30
had
survival.
gotten one from somebody. I don't remember exactly when at one point, but yes, you were given one. So yeah, so to the best of your knowledge, looking at the map, Lake Baratok is somewhere to the northwest of your position. So based on what you're seeing, this old signpost in the grass seems to point in one of those directions.
Ash will pick it. Ash will go over and see if he can kind of actually position it and see if it says anything interesting or of note.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, it seems to, again, it just seems to indicate, where the arms indicate. You've got one pointing west to, for the further west path or southwest. We'll say this way. Hold on. This way towards Kresk is what the sign says. Another one to Baratok or Lake Baratok, and the one south to the Luna River, sorry, and the this one to Valaki.
Wow. Go figure. Signpost tells you where to go. I'll set it back down so it's at least kind of like next to the post, like pointed in the direction that it's supposed to be. So like everything's lined up.
Oh, look at you being helpful.
Hey, why make it harder on the people than we have to, huh?
Fun sometimes.
So you continue your journey northwest.
Yep,
Okay,
yep.
Great. Several hours. The trip is quiet and quickly. You don't see any other travelers on the road. As this old dirt road that looks like it once upon a time had been more used has now been nearly swallowed by the woods around it.
DM, I have a weird request.
Sure.
I'd like to find a chunk of wood on the side of the road that's about the size of my fist.
Yeah, you would.
With enough forest around, you very easily find a piece of wood
Okay.
about the
He's
size of your
gonna-
fist.
He's going to stop everyone for a moment and kind of sulk over, grab it, pick it up, and put it in his pocket, get back on.
It's not even the weirdest thing he's ever done.
So this path is quite overgrown. Is there any sign that like a wheeled vehicle has traversed this recently? Is there anything?
Make an investigation check.
The good Durango is
Or
noted
actually,
for
no, I
his-
would actually do survival. I'm sorry.
He is also
would
noted
survival.
for his skill in survival. Yes, this is true.
Mhm.
Yes, sure. Yes, sure.
The path is muddy, and you even just sort of kneeling down, you immediately feel the mud hit your trousers, and you instantly prestidigitation it off. But it's just you try to wipe yourself clean as you continue to slog through the mud. It's more annoying than anything. So any sign of a wagon going through is quickly lost in the rain.
Durango just curses an infernal as he deals with the mud and goes back to put one foot in front of the other.
After a few more hours, you come across a cold mountain lake, enclosed by these misty woods and rocky bluffs. This thick fog creeps across the dark, still waters, similar to that Lake Zarovich, with that black mirror-esque appearance. The trail that you followed ends at a grass-covered causeway, and it stretches maybe 100 yards across the lake to a flat, marshy island with a stone tower on it. The tower itself is old, decrepit, and with collapsing scaffolds clinging to one side, where a large gash has split the wall. Up above, time-worn griffin statues, their wings and flanks covered with moss, perch atop ancient buttresses that support the walls, staring down at you, judging any who would approach. And then parked near the base of the tower, within sight of the entrance, are two barrel-topped wagons, both spattered with mud. The tower itself looms above you, tens. You start to do the math in your head quickly. Seems to be roughly 80 feet tall.
What do you suppose they need a tower that tall for?
Look out. My best guess.
Look out for what is the real question.
I have yet to meet a lord which did not enjoy looking down on people, in the most literal of ways sometimes.
Well, I think last night we had one that was looking up at you as he had you by the throat.
I'm not sure that a lord is the appropriate title at this time, Mr. Ash.
Oh, had a change of heart, did we?
Perhaps more than just my perceptions shall be changing in the near future, Mr. Ash.
He's just gonna stare, especially after last night's little heart-to-heart with tens. He's just gonna give him a little bit of side eye.
While they're being petty with each other, I'm gonna go knock on the wagon.
While they're being petty with each other, huh?
Which one? You see Rictavio's, and then there's another one.
Yeah, Rictavio's.
As you go to the door and you knock, you notice the chain is undone, the lock is undone, the wagon is empty.
Ricky! Octavio, Rick boy! Oh, Rick! Alright. While I'm here, yeah, let's get this wagon at once. More than just for Octavio. Is it just him in a cage, or is there like, what's the inside of this thing look like?
So looking on the inside, you see the remnants and scratches, claw marks on the walls. It's not, yeah, it is, and nothing more really than a cage. Whatever was was inside has been cleaned out. The wagon itself fairly empty, despite a bit of dried blood splattered. Nothing else.
Starting to think this cat's more of a trash disposal system.
Be a really
God.
good way to get rid of a bunch of bodies, wouldn't it?
Sure would. It looks like, just kind of pointing out the blood on the interior. Yeah. Something's happened. I ain't from steaks.
Surprised. And Tins is going to finally make his way over to the other wagon and kind of look around, like do a quick once around it and get a good look at it before knocking on the door, knocking on the wagon.
Sure. So make an investigation check or perception, depending on how closely you're looking.
I don't think we're getting too close.
Okay. Perception then.
Unless something catches my eye. 19.
19. Right. So under the layers of mud in this wagon, it sports a fresh coat of purple paint. The wheels have a fancy gold trim, and a brass lantern hangs from each corner. Red drapes cover a tombstone-shaped window on each side, and a steel padlock secures the back door, hanging from which is a cheap wooden sign that reads, "Keep Out."
Huh. He's going to knock on the wagon.
You knock. No response.
Is there a door or any way in?
Yeah, so there are two doors. There's the back door, and then there's a side door. The back door is padlocked.
All right, I'm going to pull out my thieves' tools and start going for the lock.
Okay.
I'm going to think about it for a moment and turn and look out the rest of them and say, before I do this, do you think we should see if Rictavio is inside?
As we have discussed before, Mr. Tens, to open a door unannounced is quite rude.
That's fair. And he puts his tools away and walks over to the door and knocks on it.
The tower?
Mm-hmm. I don't like the way you asked that.
Is that are you sure?
Yes.
Because, yeah.
That mix of hesitation and excitement, that's troubling.
Uh-huh.
So,
Roll for
so
initiative.
as you walk up the stone steps to the tower. And Tens, as you get close to the door, you immediately feel this tingle. And you're not certain what it is, but something tingles.
Ash gets a whisper of Tenz's voice that just says, I'm tingling.
Ash, you get nothing.
Oh.
Ash just continues surveying the surrounding area with his bow out like he was doing before.
Time to knock on the door because nothing seems out of the ordinary from my end.
So the door itself is the tower. The tower door up the stone steps is made of iron. You don't see any visible handles or hinges. And although you knock, you hear this dull thud. In the middle of the door is this large embossed symbol, a connected series of lines with 8 stick figures set around it, carved into the lintel above the door is a word. Tens.
What's the word?
Kazan.
Kazan? Do I recognize it for any reason?
Make a history check.
$22 with a natural 20.
With a natural 20? You don't.
God damn it.
Oh.
Here, hold on. Hold on.
And where's the word at?
Figure above anything visible there.
Okay. He's going, before he says anything else, before he does anything else, he's going to step off of the steps. Hold on, guys. I'm dealing with fuckery. Give me a moment.
Actually, I'm sorry. You knocked, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so we'll say that this all happens at the same time. Sorry, I was a little behind trying to get that image up for you.
Okay.
You knock and you don't hear anything. You look at the symbol, you look at the word. For the rest of you, what you watch is and where is everybody else actually?
Probably just.
I moved.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I moved my figure where I thought it would be.
Okay. I would probably just be coming out from the side of Octavio's wagon there. So probably over here somewhere.
I think Durango's about where Durango would be, yeah. Close enough to
Perfect.
see, far away not to get any on his shoes.
All right. The rest of you watch as the tower itself suddenly arcing all around it. Lightning strikes. It just slams down. This hair begins to stand on all of your necks. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, Tens.
Oh, good. $23.
You don't have any metal armor on, right?
No, I think I'm still just wearing normal leather, which is
Okay,
fun.
good.
Good.
All right, so I'm sure you have an ability to know this, but you succeed. So you take half of 20.
I don't think I have it yet. I think that's at
No.
level 6.
Okay.
Oh.
Let me see.
Yeah, so you take 10 points of electrical damage. Before
good.
the lightning suddenly dissipates.
Yeah, because uncanny dodge is an attack. He just kind of as he gets hit, he a little bit more of a groan than whenever he got sucker punched by our friend Cole. And he just kind of stands there for a second.
Hey.
Give me a moment. I think we're dealing with some fuckery.
Yeah, it looks like fuckery. Get away from that door.
I want in now. Give me a moment. Just let me focus. I have an idea on how to fix
An
this.
inanimate object just hit you with a bolt of lightning, and you want to go inside of that inanimate object,
Yes, it means there's something important inside.
or something that they don't want to get out.
Where'd the tiger go then, or the cat?
I bet it didn't go inside that.
I don't know. Where's Victorio? As he's talking, you can see him getting actually a little bit more green around the edges of his hair and on the edges of his cloak and whatnot.
Oh, he's doing the thing again. He's doing the thing again.
So, with Eyes of the Runekeeper, can Durango read that word? Would he know what it means? The one above the door?
Read Eyes of the Runekeeper for me.
Just a moment. You can read all writing.
Oh yeah, you can read the word. It's written in common. It just has no meaning to you.
All right. Tens is going to step back up. What was the word again?
Kazakh.
Kazakh? Okay. Here we go. He's going to look at the stick figures, and he's going to mimic them in order on the line. He's going to go down, out, like this. He's going to go up. He's going to go down. He's going to go out, go like this, and then back up. And then he's going to yell Kazakh.
Did you pick that up at the festival? What is that?
Walk like an Egyptian has not been a popular dance for some time. I hope you know this.
Durango's just going to
Yeah,
take
a little
another
out of
step
date.
back from the tower here as Tens is dancing.
For a moment, you all stand there and watch, confused, as Tens starts running through these motions at the front door. And suddenly the door
You gotta be shitting me.
creaks
I
open.
told you. It's just fuckery. I'm a master of fuckery. What do you want from me? And he just kind of skips his way inside.
We're never going to hear the end of this.
No, never.
Absolutely not.
Yes, but perhaps when he is telling the tale, we could encourage him again to do the dance.
Hey,
That we
go.
could. I like the way you think.
Tens, as you step in, the flagstone floor is strewn with debris. Old crates stand near the eastern wall. A torn curtain to the south partially obscures the tower vestibule. And in the center, a 5-foot square indentation contains 4 pulleys attached to taut iron chains that stretch up through a similarly sized hole in the rotted wood ceiling. Standing next to the chains are 4 tall clay statues.
Can I open up the door now?
Hmm?
Can I actually go in the tower now? Can I go
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what you see when you walk in. Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm in
Oh, I see what you're saying. Can you, like, on Foundry? Yeah,
On
of
the
course.
battle map.
Zoop. He's just gonna skip in and be like, Rictavio! Rictavio! Hello!
Ash will be making his way towards the tower door.
I figured out the fuckery. Do I get anything for it? I used to get things for this.
Is he in there?
He kind of pokes his head back out the door and sees Ash right there and goes, "Oh, hi." He leans a little bit to look past him. No, not yet. But there are pulleys and like it's it looks like he looks up at the ceiling. What's the ceiling going? What's going on the ceiling?
It is about a 5-foot hole, similar to the indentation in the floor in front of you, and it just seems to go through the ceiling up a couple levels before you lose sight.
And the chains just go up to it. I'm gonna look around for a mechanism of any sort that I can like move or pull. I'm just gonna get a good grip on the room.
Make an investigation check.
I think while he's doing this, Cole's just gonna walk through the door and start like yanking on the chains like a
22.
22. So, Cole, like, where would you be yanking on the chains?
I well, that's the wrong screen. Sorry about that. Alright, it would be...
Like, position yourself for me.
All sorts of
Yeah,
dick
just-
jokes today. Yanking chains.
Hmm.
Just right there. I wouldn't have gone very
Okay.
far in.
Nothing happens. With the 22, you don't notice any mechanisms outside the pulleys that are there and the 4 clay statues that seem to be holding the chains.
I'm gonna try and test the actual hold and see if I can actually like move it in their grip at all.
Yeah, you attempt to yank and pull, but it doesn't. They don't release.
What was the word on the door again?
Kazakh.
He's gonna do the dance again, and then yell out "Kazakh" as he does at the end.
Where are you when you're doing this?
We'll say we're right here.
Nothing happens.
He's gonna go on the other side in between the two. Same thing.
Nothing
He's gonna go in
happens.
between
Just because it
these
worked
two and do
once
the
doesn't
same
mean
thing.
it can't work again, mate.
You don't know. Fuckery is often repetitive.
Oh, you're just an expert on all fuckery. Only
No,
invented
but
it
I am.
now I'm an expert.
Oh, fuck off already. Girls are so fucking annoying sometimes.
Hey,
You could suck a punch a guy once and just get over it. Whatever. Anyway, you're lucky you're cute. He's going to kind of
blushes?
think about it for a minute.
Confusedly?
Perhaps, Mr. Ash, we should close the door and see which one comes out.
I still kind of want to look at this other trailer. They'll leave it open. They'll holler if they need help. And Ash wants to go jump on top of the second wagon, the purple one. See if there's a hatch on it similar to the one that was on the tiger one.
Make an athletics or acrobatics check.
Athletics or acrobatics? A 23 for a natural 20 on the acrobatics.
Nice, yeah. So you easily pull yourself up to the top of the wagon. You don't see any. There's a couple small pipes for chimney, or a small stove that might be inside, but there's no other holes like the other one.
All right. You got anything that could open this lock? We tried the knocking part.
Although my hands are skilled in many ways, Mr. Ash, I am afraid that the opening of locks is not among them. We would need our most verbose and unstable friend.
Yeah. All right, let's go make sure they didn't kill each other.
At least not before the door is open, no?
Exactly. I think I like you a little bit more each day, Durango.
Mr. Ash, you have already seen the tip of the blade.
If nothing dancing and saying Kazakh around the room, like if nothing works in that regard, he's gonna make his way back outside. And he's gonna start looking at the ground. And he's gonna figure out where this cat went. He's gonna look around for any paw prints. He's gonna look around for any sort of indication of where Rictavio may have gone.
Make a survival check.
Sparkles! Hickety kitty kitty! The 16.
Yeah. So you do see a lot of it is muddy, and particularly the lake. It's moss covered, and there's a lot of grass in this particular area. But you do think you find the paw prints from this heavy cat that just lead into the tower.
Huh. Interesting. Maybe I did it backwards. He goes back over to the door.
I'm checking out this statuary over here and seeing if there's any symbolism or just anything that might give me a read on, this thing's purpose.
Make an investigation check.
Oh, that's a 4.
It's a 4. What are you looking for specifically?
Well, I'm assuming there's to be some sort of winch system of sorts. Sort of where my head's at. So I'm looking for some sort of release or some sort of maybe I've got to push buttons in a certain order or something. Maybe not so much buttons, but maybe, you know, pull the chains in a certain order.
But ultimately, what's the intent?
Oh, trying to get it moving like an elevator, like I think it is, like some sort of.
Yeah. So unfortunately, you don't find anything, and you're just sort of getting frustrated looking around the statues. Tens is outside doing the dance again, but in a different way, and it's frustrating. You're walking around the statue looking for methods to do it. Your foot steps on that center platform. And in your mind, you're still thinking, just go up, you stupid thing, act like an elevator. And for a moment, the golems go, suddenly with a jerk, the chains pull and you pull your foot away. And it falls back down.
Oh, Cole, you're brilliant. If you're done dancing, just get on it.
Get on what? I'm never done dancing.
Just come in here.
All right.
All you got to do is step on it and think you want to go up.
Oh. And he just haphazardly just stumbles onto it and goes, up.
What?
Who all steps on it?
Well, you know. I as soon as he says that, I'll scramble on the platform.
The other two, no? You just wait and see?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on. Like, they just started screwing about up.
So, as you start to scream up, you watch as those clay golems around the room, they just begin hoisting it up, and it's not a smooth ride, right? It jerks every 5 feet as it, like every pull, you can feel it stop and lurch as it moves its way up.
Tens is like steadying himself on Cole. He's like,
Oops.
I'll get over it.
Yeah. First floor or the second floor, you see a rotted wooden room. Nothing of note. No stairs. No other way to get out as it just continues to lurch upwards. Next floor, third floor. Now you're getting higher and higher into the air every 5 feet. Before finally it rests at the top floor. And unlike the levels below, this room shows signs of habitation. Although the place reeks of mold and mildew, it's got a significant amount of comforts, including a cozy bed, a desk with a mismatched chair, bright tapestries, a large iron stove with wood stacked up, ready to be fed. Light enters the building through arrow slits, as well as through dirt-caked windows with broken shutters. In the corner is a standing suit of armor and a wooden chest. Old wooden rafters bend under the weight of the tower roof, which has somehow remained intact. And mounted to the rafters are pulleys around which hang the iron chains that support the elevator platform. Sitting at the desk, I should say lying on the floor underneath the tapestry is that large saber-toothed cat. It looks up at you, Tens, for a moment.
oh, Oh,
puts his head back down.
Sparkles. Hello.
Sitting in a chair at the desk, looking up from a book, you see Rictavio turn to you. Very well. Took you long enough to get here.
If we didn't make it quite so goofy to get up here in the first place, we would have been here a little bit quicker.
Oh, Kazakh is Kazan is silly.
We had the elf dancing around the tower
Mechanisms.
for a while.
Well, it is not that difficult. You just follow as a sign, yeah?
I did.
It's a pretty terrible lock, if you ask me. But
I agree.
seems to fool most people. And or kills the rest.
Also true. You should. That hurt. That hurt. By the way.
Well, I am sorry. I was enraptured in this, and I did not hear you. It is difficult. It's my age.
How your age? How old are you then?
Oh, yeah, yes, of course. Where my manners. And he pulls off a ring. And you watch as his entire shape and form shimmers for a moment. What was once a lively half-elven figure turns into the hair begins to gray and curl into a large beard that wraps underneath his chin. A pair of spectacles on his face, and his elven features fade to a very human reflection as you see this grizzled old human man now standing or sitting in front of you.
And Tens is freaking out. He's like holding onto Cole's shoulder and just like shaking him. He's like, I told you. I told you. Hi. Are you actually Rictavio?
Well, yes, I am. The persona Rictavio is mine. But I am better known as Heinrich van Richten.
Why do we know that name?
I think I might know it from outside of this, to be honest.
Actually, no.
No, it wasn't the Van Richtens. Weren't they the like other family from?
Sorry, it's not Heinrich. It's Rudolph. I couldn't remember the name. I just threw it in there. It's Rudolph van Richten.
Rudolph,
yeah, you're right. It is the.
But the Van Richtens were the other family from Valaki.
That's what it was. Not Valaki. It was the.
It was like the other founding family of Valaki or something like that.
Wasn't it the original?
I'd have to, but
that wasn't the original family in Barovia, was it?
I think you're thinking of the coffin maker, whose name is similar, but it's Vander Voort.
No, there was something else that we got that was a story. It was a legend. I can't remember which one it was. The Van Richtens were up against the Zareviches for some reason. I can't remember why. Old family stuff.
Yeah. The former. The former.
Was that the former Burgomeister of Valaki then?
that's what I thought. It was tied more to, like, I feel like because it's tied to Valaki for some reason. I felt like.
Oh, I already would have like shouted down to the tower. We found him.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. Like, legitimately, Mr. Van Richten. Interesting.
Yes, quite. So, you're here to kill monsters, yeah?
Well, it turns out monsters are the reason we can't go home. So, if killing monsters gets us home, then yeah.
Well, with this, I can help you. I am, of course, as I said, Rudolph van Richten, scholar, doctor, monster hunter. And And that is where we'll pick up next week.
Brilliant.
So thank you, everybody, for sticking in there and watching this episode of Curse of Strahd, brought to you by Negative 2 Charisma. As we always do, we're going to thank our sponsors for the evening, Foundry, Forge, VTT.com. Go check them out if you're looking to host your Foundry games and get them to work as well as ours do. Nice. And, of course, we have a giveaway to do. So I saw quite a few entries for the Steam game and a lot for the monthly drawing for the custom Dragonite dice. Super excited for that. We'll do that one right at the beginning of our first show of February and our last show. I got to look at the schedule. What do we end at? We end on a Monday. Oh, it looks like we're probably going to give those dice away on our Cinder Stream game that Monday.
Hey.
Nice.
So we'll give them away Monday the 31st. If you get those entries in, you can enter multiple times every stream that we do. For those of you new that joined, but for tonight, we're going to give away a game as we always do. Ryan, did I buy everybody enough time to get their votes in? Get their
I don't know. People did. We got a bunch new followers today, so you should have enough for that follow to enter for a Steam game giveaway. What are we giving away, Ben?
Tonight it is the Ducati 90th Anniversary Edition racing game.
So if that floats your boat, you got a couple minutes here while I open up the website to randomly choose a name.
Great. While he does that, let's go ahead and have. You know what? I'm gonna roll it. Van Richten's gonna roll it tonight.
Well, that feels
Okay.
very
The very
Wow.
famous Van Richten, from Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, now I'm putting things together.
That is a 19 from Van Richten or Rictavia.
Yeah, of course it would. So I'll find out what stream that is in just a moment here. But congratulations to the Muggle on winning the Ducati racing game. Ben here will be in contact with your Steam key.
Okay, I know you said for a Steam key, but it definitely sounded
For
like
a
you said
Stinky?
for a Stinky.
Or Stinky.
Yeah.
Or
Or Stinky.
Yep.
Mhm.
So if you want a Stinky, Ben's got it for you.
You're muted, Ben.
Probably for the best. I wasn't saying anything good.
Oh, how very Durango of you.
Okay, so 19.
Don't speak Infernal, but I have a mute button.
All right. So as we always do, we're gonna go raid somebody. So if you guys are sticking
Yeah.
around, we're gonna go make a new friend. We're going to 19 on the Dungeons and Dragons list.
Yeah,
Which Ryan is-
Kuretsu. They're
Who?
playing out of Kuretsu, Kuretsu. They're playing Out of the Abyss session 4.
Session
Wow.
4. Right. Nice and early on. So let's go make some noise, make some new friends out there, and we will see you guys tomorrow for a Sinner's Dream. 1940s style detective noir meets D&D with special guest Adelaide. I got the sketch for her character art. It looks pretty good. You
Why
haven't
can't
seen
you
it
send it to me?
because I don't want to. I want it to
Come
be a
on,
surprise.
man.
Good night,
Anyways, thank
everybody.
you guys so much. We'll see you later.